Stephen AKINTAYO, and today we want to look at the power of consistency in sales. People always ask me, Stephen, what's your secret, or what's the one thing you did, boom, and then you blew? That turning point, that point where something changed. Yes, as much as there are seasons that you notice that at this season, something dramatic started happening. Things started turning around. Yep, we have that. I have many of those beautiful experiences. But to be honest, I'm always asking myself, can I be honest with these people? Do they really want to hear the truth? Or many of them already have what they want to hear. Okay. But to be honest, I realized that every breakthrough was a combination of a consistent act. There's a reason why my book, my best-selling book, Billionaire Habits, it didn't say how to become a billionaire. It didn't say become a billionaire. He just says habits of billionaires. Because your habits determines your decisions determines your destiny. It is the decisions that ultimately determine the end result. Consistency in the right decision. Many of us have made the right moves. I call 50 people a day. It translates to maybe 3,000 calls a month. You're on the right path. And I can assure you some of those 3,000 leads will not buy from you some until 3 months later, some 6 months later, some 9 months later, some 1 year later. These are realities of sales. Some 2 years later, some 5 years later. I have clients who told me the day they did business with us, I've been following for 5 years. Now, I'm very convinced beyond doubt that I can do business with you. I've had people, in fact, this year, some 10 years. I've been following for the last 10 years. Now I'm doing business with you. So, for you not to understand that some things at some point is a sum total of a consistent act. There was a research done by Lagos Business, and they saw that some of the billionaires in Nigeria, of course, legitimate ones who worked hard for their money, the tipping point for an exponential growth was 16 years. They discovered that even Dangote business was at the 16th year, that there was just a new phase where there was just every 20 years, there's a big jump in the growth of the Dangote group. And there's just no way you can skip this part. Let's skip to the good part. That song. And I really wish that can be the case, where we just quickly always skip to the good part. But it doesn't always work that way. You won't always be able to skip to the good part. In many cases, it won't always work that way. And you and I have to have the discipline, the decency of working hard and being consistent in the right direction. You have a location where you are supposed to pick up, $1 million. But that location is 500 kilometers from where you currently are. And then you work or you drive 100 kilometers and you stop. Will you ever be able to pick that $1 million? The answer is no. Success is not a destination, it's a journey. And what ultimately gets you to each of the milestones of success is consistent right action. The consistent right action. So you try to take 5 clients to do inspection every week. And that calculates into about 20 every month. And then you did that for 1 or 2 months and then you give up. Not knowing that it's the 3rd month you have your breakthrough. It's darkest before it's dawn. Many of us give up at the point of the breakthrough in sales, right? Just at that point, we just say, I'm not doing that business again. Before you know, you say, what? No more real estate. I think it's hair business now. You say hair. We sell hair. And I think it's a generational thing. The younger generation give up too early, get bogged down, too early. And I want to encourage you. Maybe because you guys have options, you have alternatives. Sometimes people ask me that question, Dr. Stephen, What kept you going? I said, well, he that is down, fear no fall. I had no choice. I was rock bottom down. There's no alternative. My mother, who probably would have helped, was dead. Okay? There was nothing. My best friend's house, I was courting. The mom sent me out. You two had to come to me and say, my mother said you have to go. I said, give me something. I said, I will soon get a job. I'll be able to contribute to the monthly upkeep. He said, look, my mom said no. You have to leave our house. And I had to leave, really. Okay. Everybody turned their back. Today I look back at my story and I said, the reason why God made, and I'm hoping I'm sharing this to somebody. Two things I will share that will inspire you greatly, and you must listen to this part. It's really exciting. Some of us always have rejection. I don't know if you're like that. I had people you would just feel should have every reason to want to help me, just refuse to help me. And today I look back and I realize that God didn't want anybody to look at me and say, if not for me, Stephen won't be where he is. God so did his work in my life so that, I just have to always look up to heaven and say, God did it. So virtually every aspect of my life, I worked hard for it. I earned it. By the time I get to any point, some other people just can lucky break. Me, there's nothing like that. I worked my life to get there. And I learned this many years ago, that there are different destinies. You have the maize destiny or beans destiny. When you plant a maize or beans, in 3 months, you're ready to harvest it. And some people are like that, quick success, but also quickly vanish. Some are cassava destiny. You plant cassava, in 2 years, it's ready for harvest. I went to my brother's over 50-acre cashew farm. The time I got there was the 3rd year. And there was no cashew. Even though he got the Greek one that I think will start producing from the 5th year. Okay, some take longer. Cocoa is also like that. Some of us have cocoa destiny. You will give it in, persistent again and again and again. You are doing it again and again and again and again. To a point, everybody start mocking you. Everybody start saying, won't he give up? Can't he know that some of these things don't work? But go again. Go again. Do it again. And that's been my story. That I have learned now. I am cocoa destiny. I'm never expecting anything to just happen overnight. I am ready to put in the work and work hard and work hard and put it down. And I realized that the result at the end is always beautiful. There's peace of mind to my success. I work hard for it. Sometimes people say, why are you so audacious? Okay, I'm audacious because nobody called me to the corner to help me to be where I am. I work my ass off. So I can look at anybody eyeball to eyeball and say, hey, I work hard to be here. Right? I can fight for whatever I've earned because I worked hard to get it. I didn't steal. I didn't corner anyone. I worked hard. Right? Nobody did I force to my pocket. They willingly did business with me. Okay? Willingly. So when you build your empire that way, you are going to be more audacious. Another reason why I'm audacious, I failed many times. And there's a way you just fail and you're just shameless. And you failed. And so what? It's just one of those things. Okay, if you haven't failed, please, let's hear your story. And you get to that point where you no longer suffer from that low self-esteem, imposter syndrome. My dear friends, I'm no longer in that phase. I've so paid my dues. I paid the full. I deserve my accolade. And when you shower me my flower, I say, look, shower it more. 17 years is not beans. It's not beans. 17-year-old boy or girl. Sunday, It's almost ending teenage years, right? It's not beans. I beg you, be proud of your consistency. Be proud of your hustle. Be proud of your consistent hustle. Be proud of it. Don't let anybody make you feel otherwise. Cho here and there is their opinion. They're entitled to it. Beauty came for it. Stay at it. Hit it again. Hit it again. The universe will always open the door for you as long as you're consistent. It's how the universe works. I want to say thank you for being part of this 30-day challenge. I know it's not easy. 20 days just doing it and doing it. Okay? Well done. Well done. Well done. I don't have an assignment for you today. The next assignment I have for you is do this. Hug yourself like this. And just say, Stephen AKINTAYO. Hardworking, consistent man. You put your own name. Well done. Well done. 20 days, easy of just doing this challenge. So hug yourself and thank yourself. That's all I have for you. I love you. I'm Dr. Stephen AKINTAYO.